As the esteemed Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said, "He who knows others is wise, he who knows himself is enlightened, and he who can find out just about anything about a person using biographical reference sources is super awesome, talented, smart, and probably somebody you want to be friends with." Welcome to this webinar, Biographical Sources, the Business of Who's Who. I'm Emily, your friendly neighborhood librarian, and today I will be discussing biographical resources and providing you with a window into one specific resource that I often use while helping patrons at the desk. Biographical resources do the work of compiling information about people, from presidents and politicians, celebrities and athletes and artists, to your great-great-great-great-grandparents. These resources provide a lot of information, which can include birth and death dates of subjects, significant information about the subject's life, links to primary sources, public or historical records, lists of accomplishments, and much more. Not all biographical resources are created alike, though, and many possess varying scopes of focus. For instance, a source can be considered direct or indirect, with indirect sources acting more like indexes, providing quick and limited information like names, eras, and published works that a researcher can then use to begin their line of inquiry. Direct sources provide more robust information, usually incorporating more detailed descriptions of an individual and their life. They can also be current or retrospective, which, as the name suggests, a current resource focuses strictly on contemporary subjects that are alive and active today, while a retrospective resource can incorporate information about historical figures and people who are long dead. International or national resources focus on the geographical span of subjects. The scope of resources can also be narrowed down to subjects from specific regions, states, or even as narrow as resources related to individual counties or towns. Universal or categorical refers to the content specificity of subjects. If a resource is categorical, it will include only information about one specific type of person. In professional fields, from ethnic backgrounds, of specific genders, or so on. Universal resources are all-inclusive, providing information about a broad array of individuals between subjects and demographics. Resources can also be categorized by difference in their mode of delivery, physical or digital. Physical or print resources like books, magazines, and indexes can be found physically on the shelf. These resources are beneficial because of the perceived permanence of the record. You don't need an internet connection to access them. And they may be easier for some users to navigate and find their information quick and simple. Some drawbacks, however, are the need to purchase new editions constantly, and the physical space that the collection might end up requiring. A few examples of physical biographical resources are the Who's Who series published by Marquis Who's Who. This is a broad series of books that provide direct, brief, current information about subjects in very specific categories. Books are published annually, and some series focus on people in certain professional fields or geographical regions. There's also the Biography and Genealogy Master Index, a massive international retrospective index that provides a list of over 5 million individuals, directing to over 15 million cited articles. The resource is updated twice yearly and has been picked up by Gale for distribution as a digital resource, which is good because this book is so massive. Digital resources, databases, and online indexes have the benefit of being constantly updatable, so they can provide the most recent information about subjects. Most allow for easy access from outside the library as well. Subscriptions for these resources vary in price, and price might be prohibitive to some libraries, and learning to use the databases might be daunting for some users. Biography and Context from Gale is one great example of a digital biographical database. It's universal and retrospective in scope, incorporating subjects from across numerous regions, eras, and spheres of interest. This is a subscription-based resource, but the online biography resource we'll be focusing on today is a free resource for people in the film, television, and video game entertainment industries, IMDb, or the Internet Movie Database. IMDb as we know it today began as a pet project by a film buff and professional programmer from Great Britain. He wanted to create a database of actresses with beautiful eyes, but soon the project began to expand and included information about actors, directors, and films themselves with a more retrospective scope. The project was purchased in the late 90s by Amazon and has grown to be one of the biggest databases of film information, with over 3.3 million entries about films and more than 6.6 million entries about entertainment industry workers. This is a screen grab of the main page and the general layout of what you'll see when you first access IMDb. Information for this page is curated from film industry sources, news outlets, and moderated contributions from users. There's more to IMDb than we'll be able to cover today, since we're focusing primarily on the biographical side of the site, but I do encourage you to play around with this and learn more. The layout of the site represents pretty clearly that it's run by a for-profit company, with links to Amazon products all along the side and throughout. But don't let this discourage you. This is an invaluable resource when helping patrons with questions about people working in television and film. The main navigation tool for the site is the search bar located at the top of the page. And content is continually updated, so trending news articles, performers, trailers, and films will be showcased throughout the first page of the site. Browsable information is broken up between 3 tabs. Movies, TV, and Showtimes provides a wide array of information on upcoming movies, DVD releases, and scheduled television programs. There are links to external resources to purchase tickets, buy and stream movies through Amazon, and to in-depth ratings from sites like Metacritic.com. This tab also has a few lists of note, aggregating popular and high-grossing titles, as well as listing popular searches. Celebs, Events, and Photos is a good place to start for casual browsers who want to know more about people in the entertainment industry. This is also a good place to find recent photographs, lists of currently popular celebrities, and to see coverage from recent events. News and Community incorporates the social media side of IMDb, with user profiles where people can use message boards to discuss entertainment and people in the entertainment industry. It's also an aggregated link to articles from around the web about the latest news from studios, films, celebrities, and more. Although these tabs can be great for browsing, the bulk of search function for finding specific information comes from the search bar. By typing in any search term, the search engine will provide possible answers. For instance, typing Steven will bring back entries for directors and actors named Steven, people with the term Steven as a part of their name, Stevenson at the bottom for instance, and titles like Steven Universe. It's a robust tool, but you can refine your search by selecting a category before you enter your search term, so that you only get results from the sort of information you're looking for, just titles or just information from biographies, etc. The advanced search option tool is also particularly helpful. Advanced search works well with lines of inquiry where your patron knows some information already or wants to find out about all subjects who share a similar characteristic. We'll focus on the advanced name search and collaborations and overlaps for now, since they deal most with biographical information. The advanced name search is a tool that can bring back a list of people who share similar qualities much faster than you could find using multiple searches. This is best used when trying to identify similar keywords in biographical entries, or to generate lists of subjects who come from the same hometown, have won the same awards, or similar lines of inquiry. Collaborations and overlaps work well to identify people or titles by means of comparison. If the patron knows 2 titles that a person has worked on, but not the name of the person, you can use common cast/crew search to quickly identify your subject. The People Working Together search is better suited to identifying titles, but can be a benefit when trying to identify people with similar professional backgrounds. When you find the subject that you're looking for, the page returned will look something like this. This is the biography page for the actress Maisie Williams. The first portion of the page includes information, the name, an excerpt from the biographical entry, usually with a link to an expanded view of it, birth date and place information. In a box along the right side, you can see a quick navigation option that will let you jump down the page to find desired information. There are links to a gallery of images and videos which include Maisie, a list of her noteworthy projects, and a comprehensive filmography. Further down the page, there are more details about the subject, including links to publicity listings, her social media presence, and physical details like her height. There's also some fun information like quotes and trivia, as well as a trademark describing what she might be best known for, and her astrological sign. There's also a link to message board posts relating to Maisie, and an option to suggest edits to the page to update missing or incorrect information if there was any. IMDb can be used to answer so many questions when it comes to people working in film, television, and video games. With practice and playing around, you can master IMDb and answer your patrons' questions in a snap. Thank you so much for watching.